I raised my children completely off-grid last month. My daughter saw a microwave for the first time at age 17. Her reaction made me question everything. I raised my children completely off-grid, no electricity, no running water, no modern technology. Last month, my daughter saw a microwave for the first time at age 17. Her reaction made me question whether I'd protected my children, or just isolated them from a world they'll eventually have to navigate. When Eliza was born, my husband and I had already been living in our remote cabin for 3 years. The 2008 economic crash had left us disillusioned with modern capitalism. We'd both grown up in suburban homes with all the usual conveniences, but we wanted something different for our children. Connection to nature, self-sufficiency, freedom from consumer culture. We grow our own food, homeschool, use solar lanterns for light, and heat with wood. Our water comes from a spring. For 17 years, this has been normal for Eliza and her younger brother. They know how to identify edible plants, build shelters, preserve food, and navigate by stars. What they don't know is how to use a smartphone or order at Lax. Last month, my sister was hospitalized unexpectedly. We had no choice but to travel to the city to help care for her children. It was Eliza's first time in an urban environment since she was a baby. The first night at my sister's house, I found Eliza standing in the kitchen, staring at the microwave like it was an alien artifact. My nephew Jake, who's 15, was showing her how it worked. You just push these buttons and it heats food in seconds, he explained, demonstrating with a mug of water. Eliza watched transfixed as the turntable rotated and the water began to steam. When the timer beeped, she jumped back slightly, then reached out hesitantly to touch the warm mug. That's impossible, she whispered. Heat needs fire. Jake laughed. Wait till I show you once over the next few days. I watched my daughter discover automatic doors, escalators, social media, online shopping, and drive-thrus. Each revelation brought a mixture of wonder, confusion, and something else I hadn't expected. Anger. Why didn't you tell me about all this? She asked one night, gesturing at my sister's laptop, where she'd spent hours watching YouTube videos. You made it sound like the outside world was all pollution and greed and emptiness. But here is so much. Everything I tried to explain our philosophy, that we wanted them to have a childhood free from consumerism and screen addiction, connected to what really matters. But you didn't let us choose, she said quietly. You chose for us. The most revealing moment came when Jake showed Eliza how to use the washing machine. She watched an entire cycle, mesmerized by the window into the drum, clothes tumbling in soapy water. Do you know how many hours I've spent washing clothes by hand? She asked, not looking at me. Hours I could have spent reading or learning or just being a teenager. My husband still believes we made the right choice. They'll have their whole adult lives to deal with technology, he argues. We gave them something precious, a childhood in nature, real skills, freedom from digital addiction. But I am not so sure anymore. Last week, Eliza asked if she could stay with my sister to finish high school in town. The thought of her bedroom empty for the next year makes my heart ache. But I said yes. Yesterday, she hugged me before heading to her first day at public school. I am not rejecting our life, Mom, she said, wearing borrowed clothes that looked strange on her. I just need to learn about this world too. I need to know all my options. I watch her navigate this new territory, smartphones and social dynamics and electricity at the flip of a switch, and realize that perhaps the most important survival skill isn't starting a fire or growing food. Maybe it's adaptability, the ability to move between worlds, and maybe that's something I need to learn too.